A selection of 94 artworks by predominantly South African artists is currently on show in Cape Town. The artworks are to be auctioned off this month and could likely not be seen again in public. Major works on sale include painter Irma Stern's The Smoker, which is estimated to sell for up to 17 million rands. Other well-known artists with works up for auction are Gerard Sekoto, Marlene, Dumas and Berni. Searle. Newzroom Afrika's Yazeed Kamaldien reports.
A total of 94 artworks are going on sale at an auction in Cape Town. Among them is a highlight which could fetch up to 17 million rand. It's a painting by Irma and it's called The Smoker. Talking to us about it now is a senior arts specialist. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Thank you so much. Lovely to be with you.
So tell us about The Smoker. This is one of the highlights of the auction. It's said to be fetching possibly up to 17 million rand.
Yes, absolutely. These are very rare, these paintings of Irma Stern's from the Zanzibar period. If you look at this work, they were a limited amount done between 1939 and her first visit and back in 1945. They're very prized by collectors because they're the premium examples of her craft. They've got incredible observation. They've got rich color. They're a fusion of exotic culture and very, very desirable and interesting subjects. So when they come up, they always attract a huge amount of interest.
Mm-hmm. So are you saying that this does not usually come up on auction?
They're very rare, these paintings from the Zanzibar period. She was there for a short period in 1939 and on a second visit in 1945. Most are in national collections and many are in private hands, but they don't circulate very often.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the interesting part about this, what you're doing here. You're having all of these paintings on show to the public until the auction, which is next Tuesday. And what could happen though? Like if this gets sold, could it get out of public view, or who would typically buy this?
Yeah, well, we're finding that a lot of private collectors are looking for works like these. They trade it internationally. They're very desirable. It's the high watermark of her creative career, a work from Zanzibar. So there's always a lot of competition from private collectors, and sometimes institutions too are looking for works like this. It's difficult to say, but when we get them, we're always very excited. They don't often come up.
I mean, I've also seen on the exhibition an Esther Mshlangu work, and I know that she is also quite sought after. Most of her work is owned internationally. And I guess the point is, if this work or works like this is not being bought by an institution, it goes into private hands and it's essentially not viewable to the public. Is that correct?
Yes, well, unless the private collector puts it on display at an institution or somewhere where it's on show. But often we only see these things every 30 or 40 years. I've been in this business for 22 years. I haven't seen this work before, except on an exhibition a few years ago at the Norwell Foundation.
Mm-hmm. And tell us about the importance of this work going through a vetted process, because it's a high price tag, and it's not the only one, of course, with a high price tag. Why would it be so important to go through a vetted process such as an auction house?
Well, we always do due diligence on a work of this sort of level of significance for the simple reason that we want to give an assurance to the buyer that the work is by the artist, firstly, and we do that by establishing exhibition histories. We try and track down when it was first shown or exhibited by the artist. Often there's a trail of who bought it. All that's called provenance. So that helps to establish all of those fundamental issues. You need to also understand that Irma Stern often inscribes her titles on the reverse. She will frequently use a certain grade of canvas. And in a case like this, you've got the Zanzibari frame, which is kind of a distinctive trademark of these works. She handpicked and selected these cornices and frames to surround her Zanzibari works. So they're often a helpful signifier.